What is going on, guys? Welcome back to my second channel. Today we are about to legitimately mod the shit out of a Glock 43. So the Glock 43 is essentially Glock's 9mm single stack, really nice concealed pistol in my opinion. I really like these a lot. There's just a lot of stuff about them that I don't like, and after getting this gun, I was going through eBay the other night laying in bed and found a lot of parts that I feel like this little gun could definitely use. Maybe not, maybe so, I don't know. The goal is though just to build something that is really nice, really good for concealed carry, and possibly could even double over as like a home defense gun, something like that. I don't know. So if you guys enjoy this video, make sure you drop a like, but I guess let's go ahead and get into building our Glock 43 here. Let me run through a few of the parts that we bought for this gun, starting with this frame insert. So Glocks have this really weird little gap right here between the mag well and the back grip here, and there is just like literally an open spot in there, and a lot of people like getting these little frame plugs to fill that space with, including myself. Not anything really to gain from this other than just a nice aesthetic gain, I guess. Fun part about this is that every single part that is on this table was purchased from eBay. Every single one, including the slide, including this nice true barrel here, which is pretty cool. Literally everything. So let me continue on. So we got the slide, got this really nice barrel. So the slide is actually, it's called, I believe, Battle Worn is the name of it, but it's been milled. It's got front serrations now for front loading, which is really nice, being that the stock slide on a Glock has no front serrations, and typically I like to rack smaller pistols from the front, and I can't get a good hold on this one. It's very slippery, being that there's no serrations there, so that's a little bit difficult. We've got a stainless guide rod here, pretty sweet. We've also got a Streamlight TLR6. I like these a lot. Laser light combo, real good for smaller guns. We've got an extended slide release for takedown. We've also got a back plate for the Glock. And this little baggie here, we've got this nice, oh, what in the heck? Oh yeah, okay. Here we've got this really nice extended base plate for the Glock mags. As you guys see, I've got 2 mags already with this exact base plate on it. I've loved these mags, so decided that I wanted to go ahead and get a third one. And here is something that I'm pretty excited about. I've ran a few of these triggers before, but this is an Overwatch Precision, nice like teal blue colored trigger. Figured that it would go kind of hand in hand somewhat with the barrel. I wanted it to be like a very bright and out there gun. So over here we've got some more extended controls. Right here is the extended slide release from Ghost. This is going to be something that I really am looking forward to, because this stock glide slide release is extremely low profile and basically impossible to log back. If you guys have seen in the beginning here, I'm having a lot of trouble locking this stock one back, and I've always had trouble with these stock Glock slide releases, so I like to get the extended ones any time that I'm doing anything to a Glock, so that is a must-have on the list. We've also got this Vickers Tactical magazine catch. This one is extended as well. Whenever you're dropping mags out of this gun, if you throw a mag in there, you'll notice that the Gen 4 Glocks went to this really super flat-faced mag release, which is really hard to hit sometimes, but the extended one be real nice and easy to hit, especially with gloves on, things like that. On this one in particular, I decided to not go with a full stipple job on the frame, but instead I went to the go-to Talon grips for it. I have never been let down with these Talon grips. They are generally pretty nice and definitely enhances grip by at least a little bit. I'd say it's worth it, honestly, for the price. They're pretty cheap anyways, so. Well, now that we've got all of our parts laid out on the table here, let's go ahead and get started installing these things, huh? So first things first, let's go ahead and take down our pistol. Again, completely cleared, completely checked. Pop that slide off, pop our recoil spring out, the stock one, stock barrel out. And I think the first thing that I'm going to tackle, just because I believe it's going to be the biggest job, is going to be this slide. So we're going to disassemble our slide here. We're going to get everything stock, the firing pin, all that good stuff transferred over to our aftermarket Glock slide here. I'm not going to do the sights on camera, even though it is pretty simple. I will go ahead and show you guys how. The front sight I can go ahead and do, but the rear sight I'm going to wait until off camera so that I can go next door to my vise and punch this rear sight out and press it into our new slide here. But the front sight just uses this Glock tool here for the sights. This one is just a very small profile hex head inside of the slide up here. Well, maybe it's not. Oh no. Wow. I think that tool is actually for a different front sight. Wow, that sucks. That's not going to be able to get changed over today then. I'm going to have to order a piece. Oh well, order a front sight tool. Anyways, first up, we're going to remove our back plate. So right here there's a black plastic piece that you can push down and slide that base plate off. And if you want to see that in depth, there's plenty of videos online. I don't think I need to go into depth on that. If anybody has a Glock, it's probably, chances are you know how to take that off. So go ahead and take all of our guts out of this thing. Extractor. Ooh. And now we are left with a bare slide. So we've got everything removed. Now I can go ahead and get started transferring it over to our new slide here. While we're in here, I'm gonna go ahead and clean up all of our parts. This gun in particular has not been cleaned in a while. Place it down into our new slide here. Push our plunger down and set our extractor in place like so. Alrighty, so let's slide this into the rear of the slide here and push it all the way forward like so. And now we can take our last component and slide it down into the slide as well. And just like that, all of our parts on the slide, at least, have been installed. So we can take our base plate, slide it on, take our punch, push down a little bit like so. And just like that, we've got a finished out slide. Next up, I'll go ahead and take our barrel here, get it all lubed up real nice. We can set it down in place. And there we go, we're starting to get somewhere. So we've got our slide assembled now. Now let's begin on the next few pieces that we gotta install. Actually, before we continue, let me go ahead and clean up our new spring, get some oil on it. And we'll go ahead and set that down in place as well. There we go. And now, so just like that, we've got a completed Glock 43 slide. I can absolutely say that I'm a fan of how that looks, except for we are still missing our rear and front sight, obviously. But like I said, I'll order the piece for that and get that taken care of soon. So let me set our slide back out of the way and continue on. So next up, on any Glock, pretty much, you got one pin up here and one pin back here. Got our Glock punch here. So I'm gonna go ahead and punch these out real quick. I swear this pin is the biggest pain in the ass. Take our block out next. And there we go. Our stock slide lock actually just now fell out. So next up, I'm gonna go ahead and replace our slide lock here. So you can pull that down actually and just slide it directly out of the side and it'll come out. There we go, just like that. Pretty easy. Make sure you keep your thumb over that while you're pulling that out though. I meant to mention that. That spring will eject and go somewhere that you've never seen. Push back down on that spring just to get our new one in the side. And that easy. Our new extended takedown is in. So nice. Got much better grip there. All right, next up is our trigger. So let me move the rest of this out of the way. And now that we've got that back pin and our front pin out, this whole entire trigger assembly will slide out like that. Next up, we're gonna do a little bit of wiggling and wiggle our trigger and trigger connector out of the way. Grab our new one, wiggle this one down in its place that we just now removed that one from. And now while we've got the trigger and everything out of the way and we're working with just the bare frame itself, you can look way down in there. You probably won't be able to see it, but way down inside of there. Can you guys see that little spring right there at the tip of the punch right there? That is your spring that holds in your mag release. So to get that out, you've got to get that spring off of its perch to be able to replace it. So let me get a little bit longer screwdriver and get way down in there. Now I got that out of the way. Work our stock one out of there. Come on. There we go. So now we've got our stock mag release out of the way. And we're literally going to do the exact opposite process to replace it with our new one here. Now I just need to push that spring back down over. Sorry if this is literally impossible to see on camera. And there we go. Now we've got our extended magazine release on the 43. Nice. Now that we've got our mag release in, we can go ahead and get started assembling our trigger and everything back into the frame. So we'll slide that down into place, just like we took it out. And now if you want to, being that you've got the trigger installed back in the rear, you can take this rear pin that you took out in the beginning and push that thing back in, just like that. Now your trigger assembly will be held in place. Now next up, we've got our little frame plug here. I'm gonna go ahead and slide that down into place, just like that. And that is installed. Next, we're going to take our extended slide lock, set it down into place like so. And then I'm going to take our block here and slide it down into place. Yep, I'm good. All right, now we will be able to start punching in our pin back. Now, we've got our lower portion of our Glock assembled that quick. We can go ahead and take our slide and attach everything together. Oh, my hands are all slippery. that trigger also feels really, really good. Check that out. All right, next up, we're gonna get our Talon grips installed. All you do is grab some alcohol and wipe your entire frame down. Now, please, if you are doing these, do not skip this step. This is ultra, super duper, duper, duper important to make sure every bit of oil, everything is off of the gun before you start installing these, or else they will not stick and you will waste your money. Go ahead and peel off our Talon grips here, and we can go ahead and start taking this Talon grip off the little adhesive paper that it's on. I'm gonna start on this side first and lay out grip just like so. Now that I got the left side, wrap it around and keep it symmetrical. I'm not gonna worry about the back right now. I'll show you guys why in just a second. Gonna lay this side down now and get it roughly in place. And I'm gonna go ahead and go finish wrapping the front around, just like that. Now, for the rear, I waited on this because now that I've got both sides on, I can kind of focus my time on this to get it completely straight. Run your finger right down the center like so. And then kind of fold it and mold it out and get the outer edges of this thing stick down too. So now we've got our Talon grips installed onto the Glock. I just need to go ahead and continue around everywhere that we just now laid this. Just continue pressing over and over and over just to make sure that this thing gets the best possible bond in all locations of this gun. Little helpful tip too, if you really want to, is you are welcome to take a heat gun after you do this. I've had very good success taking a heat gun to these just to heat them up a little bit, get that adhesive nice and sticky, get it bonded very, very nice to our gun here. I ran a set of these on a pistol for years and years as a concealed carry gun, truck gun, home defense gun, all the above, and never had any issues out of this. We are already getting somewhere. This thing looks insane already. Wow. Let's go ahead and look at this Streamlight TLR6 here. I have never actually used one of these, but I heard that they're pretty good. So I run the TLR1 on pretty much every pistol that I've got. Unfortunately, this is just too small of a frame to run that big of a light on. Hey. Awesome. Allen key here, and we're going to take out these 3 bolts out of this thing, and it's actually going to split in half once we remove these, and I'll show you that in just a second. All right, there we go. So I can set this side over here for now. I'm going to flip our gun over. I'm going to place the trigger well inside of our light portion here. There we go. And now we can tighten them back down. Now that we've got our Streamlight light and laser installed onto the bottom of the gun, we'll go ahead and put the batteries back in now. And obviously we are pretty far off zero, but I'm gonna wait until we get our sights in and I'll take it to the range and get this thing dialed in, zeroed in real nicely. But with that being said, that is a completed Glock 43 build. As you guys see, not too bad for strictly eBay parts. It's actually a very, very nice gun. Light, laser, stainless upgraded rod, nice trigger in there from Overwatch. Got a nice true barrel, milled slide, nice and Cerakoted. Got some good grip on here now. Even got our extended base plate down here, so that way we can get a full nice grip on our Glock 43. I don't see anything wrong with this, honestly. A lot of people hate on the Glock 43 because it is a single stack, and a lot of people don't really like it because of the magazine capacity, which I understand. The stock mags only hold 7. This says 6, but I believe there's 7 rounds stock. But once you get this base plate on there, it adds a little bit and it helps out a good bit, so not too much to complain about. Oh, our new spring is still very stiff, obviously, until I get it broken in, but we can definitely tell a difference here very nice and quick on this slide lock. It's definitely much easier. Feel around, see exactly where it's at, and use it properly. Same thing with the mag release. Very nice, easy to use mag release. Takedown lever is nice and extended as well, so I can get that off pretty easy as well now, which is nice. Again, light and laser for in the dark, and I don't know. I mean, this thing is pretty sweet now. With that being said, our relatively budget eBay Glock build is complete and it looks pretty damn good. You have to comment down below and let me know what you guys think about it, but personally, I think it's pretty sick. Obviously, we don't have sights on it yet, front or rear. Like I said, once I get the tool in, I'll have to give an update video on this pistol. We might take it down to the range, maybe get some range footage of shooting it, but I think this has definitely accomplished the goal that I set of trying to make a really nice home defense truck gun, shooting, just range gun. I mean, it's pretty much all over the place now. Nice parts. It can do pretty much anything that you need it to. So so can't complain about that. Plus, I mean, look how amazing it looks. With that being said, guys, that is gonna be a wrap for this video. If you enjoyed our Glock 43 build, make sure you comment down below and let me know. Drop a like on this video, hit subscribe if you have not already. But overall, definitely impressed. For using eBay parts alone, I can't say that I've got any complaints about it, but the true test is going to be shooting this thing. I'm a little bit concerned with the slide, being that the slide is just from a seller off of eBay, but seems to be functioning pretty fine. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, drop a like, hit subscribe if you have not already, turn notifications on, and for now, I'll see you next video.